Are you talking about that if I'm stuck thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one was really
And I
good.
don't like saying I'm stuck, but I still look through the list just to make sure I'm doing all the things. And I'm not doing all the things.
I'm not. Let me see. I'm trying to find where it is. I hate when my stuff gets like so buried in Thrive to Survive. Maybe I should just pin it to the top.
Yeah, mark it as an announcement.
I think I'm gonna do that. Cause I can't find it. Here it is. So just to go through the list, like, are you doing 20 minutes of personal development? And personal development doesn't necessarily mean watching a YouTube video. Sometimes it's like looking at, like this morning for me, because I am a woman of faith. I actually did this really good Bible plan. I'm going to pull it up. It was called God Wants You to Be Free. It was about like being addicted to things. And that doesn't even necessarily mean like alcohol or drugs or whatever, because I think in this day and age, you can be addicted to your phone. So let me admit her. So I had to look at what are the things that are consuming my time that are not in alignment with A, what God wants me to do, and B, with my business. Crap, did I leave that notebook downstairs? I think I did. Shoot. But I had to look at that stuff and see like what are the things that are consuming my time that are not one of which is TikTok. So I literally had to go into my app settings and change my time limits for TikTok, because that's just something that I was finding was consuming my time. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is sometimes you have to look internally at the things that you're doing and whether or not they're moving you forward or they're keeping you stuck. And then self-develop on those things, but actually take action. So to start with this Zoom, we're going to spend just a few minutes, because it's already 8:10, but whatever, planning our commitments for the week. So I was reading a post of this woman that I used to work with at a real estate company. She's a realtor, and she's made a lot of changes in her life. The evil TikTok, correct. And she's made a lot of changes in her life, like with her health, and her business has really grown. And she wrote down, like, I found out that I actually hate the word goals, because anytime I wouldn't achieve one, I'd be like, I'm just a failure. I suck at this. So she switched it to what are my commitments going to be. So we're going to take just 2 minutes to write down what are 5 commitments that you're going to make this week, for either each day or for the entire week, and just writing those down. So I'm going to find some music to put on. I'm playing this song. Ouch.
Do you want me to cry on this thing?
It was just the first song that was on my thing, because I was listening to it yesterday. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure love. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I am falling
You know somebody in?
Huh? Oh, there is a bunch more people in. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Thank you.
I should just make you host on this too. Okay, for those of you just joining, we're going to spend 1 more minute doing this. We're writing down 5 commitments that we're going to make this week. So like for me, I'll give you my examples. Adding 200 people to my network daily, engaging for at least 30 minutes per day, sending out 5 messages per day minimum, going live 3 times, and then 3 times during the week, and then 30 minutes of reading or podcast to help me self-develop. Sarah! I think 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a really good thing to stick to because it's simple. It's super simple. It's not overwhelming, and it just keeps you consistent. So don't feel like you need to like do this exuberant amount. If you're doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every single day, you are going to see growth in your business. Remind me, I'm going to just go look back in my thing. I'm just going to go into the bot. I'm just writing in the Zooms. I don't think Lisa will have her Zoom on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, which thanks for reminding me, Star. Her and I were like planning this Zoom out to this and I was talking about like the days of the week or whatever. And she's like, well, since Thankful Thursday is also Thanksgiving, I was like, oh, shoot, it's Thanksgiving.
Don't forget about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know if you want to kind of talk about, while I'm typing these in here, if you want to talk about what we're going to do for planning the week, Star.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Do you want to talk about what we're going to do over the next couple of minutes here? So like with the Pinterest quotes and then how we're going to go through the week.
Yeah, so we're going to take a few minutes to go into Pinterest or Google, whatever you guys like to use for your quotes and whatnot, and just pick out a few. I have a folder saved in Pinterest. Pick out a few that really, really speak to you that could possibly help you get a post started throughout the week. I typically like to post positive quotes in the morning, that can help people throughout their day, but also help me throughout my day as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know
also for me, in alignment with that, I will use quotes at the beginning of my post. Like if I'm going into a long post, maybe about the products or the business or something that's just like, because I like to post a lot of things that like encourage people to keep going, to like love themselves, whatever. I will often like post a quote that I find on there. So
I want to share with you guys a little example. Yesterday, I seen a quote. It's there is no need to be perfect to inspire others. I rather people be inspired by how I handle my imperfections. Now, yesterday I made a post and I started it out with there's no need to be perfect to inspire others. And then I threw in my own paragraph. And then the next paragraph I started with, I'd rather people be inspired with how I handle my imperfections. And then I spoke more on that. And then I ended it with like my own little thing at the end. So I took that quote and made it into what I think is a pretty dang on good post. If you guys want to go look at it just to get an idea. That's and I'm not one to brag about myself, but I'm pretty proud of myself about that. So I think it's a good example to use. And that's what we mean by going out there and finding a quote and applying it to your post. You can either put it at the beginning or you can break it up or put it at the end.
ooh, I love that so much. And that's a really good picture of you.
Thanks.
And it got a lot of engagement.
I wish I had more comments, but hey, I'll take the likes.
There's 25. What are you talking about?
Well, I reply to each one of them though. So
Still, that's a lot, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Jacqueline just got Cabo. Okay, so we're going to spend how much time do you think?
Like 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, just purely looking up quotes. You can either look up quotes about inspiration, motivation. You can look up thankful quotes. You can look up wellness quotes. You can look up self-love quotes, like whatever you would like. So I'm gonna find a song. Okay, this quote is like super good. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. I don't think Lisa's going to have her Zoom, though, on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving, remember, Star?
We started out strong, somewhere along, we lost our way. Done things in your name, so ashamed, I don't have the words to say. We've killed and destroyed, stolen.
Okay, so if you don't feel like you gathered enough quotes, you can always go back and do that. So let's move on to, we're going to do some batch work. Do you want to talk about, I know because you were the one that had said that this is something that we wanted to go through.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to chat about stories. Stories is just important as making sure that you're posting during the day. So I would recommend that you go to your page, and it can be a post from any time, and get 2 solid product posts, okay, and 2 solid business posts that you have made in the past. Copy and paste the verbiage into like a notepad or something. And whatever app you use for story making, I go back and forth between StoryArt and Unfold and make a story from those posts. That way you have them and you save them into your phone. And I would recommend posting every other day. So like maybe tomorrow you'll choose the product story. Okay, and then Wednesday you'll choose the business story, and then Thursday the product, and then Saturday the business. Does that make sense? And you guys save these too. Don't ever delete them, because you can always go back into StoryArt and Unfold and swap your pictures out and maybe change the verbiage up just a little bit, like tweak it just a little bit.
So I'm just going to give you an example of a post that I created on Friday and how you would break this up. So what you're doing is you're creating different slides. Like maybe you take one picture of yourself. So like you can do like one picture of yourself, and then you'll put like one part of it, and then you'll make another slide that has another part of it, so on and so forth. So like this one was like, who else can relate? So that would be like one little line. Struggling to find motivation, grabbing your favorite jeans only to realize they no longer fit, crashing hard at the end of the day. And then like another slide would be, that was my life 2 years ago. I lived in leggings. The couch was my best friend. I avoided mirrors at all cost. Then another slide. But once the sticker entered my life, I finally felt alive again. And then maybe like another little quote thing. I was excited to start my day every morning. My pants got looser and my kids got their mom back. So like that would be a good way to like break it up. So you just take that one long post and you break it up into different slides.
Yep. So do you want to take some time to do that?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
Let me just press play.
Blame, calling your name. You told us to give, told us to love. We chose to take.
And the reason we're doing that into a story is because there are sometimes people that do not scroll the timeline. All they do is watch stories. So for them, they need to hear your story too.
Now it's long overdue, but I can't elude. We seem to have put on the shelf. I can't speak for us all, but I gotta believe I'm speaking for more than myself when I say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. We say that we're one, but we're broken up by anything that can divide. Our color is skin, clothes we're in, that valley is deep and wide. We overlook the broken, the homeless, and discard the poor. While we celebrate the rich and the beautiful with a wide open door. I'm sorry we're nothing like you. You chose to bear a cross. We choose to give you parts of us. It barely parts the cost. Now it's long overdue, but I can't dilute the scene to put on the show. I can't speak for us all, but I gotta believe I'm speaking for more than myself. And I say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up, Lord. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up, Lord. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so sorry. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up, Lord. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up. Wake us up, wake us up, wake us up, Lord. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted.
Oh, I love me some Candy Cane, girl. It's my fave.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say
Puke? What?
against you falsely.
You take that back.
Too late. It's already right there in black and white. And
Oh, I love it though. I love it so much. Mixed with chocolate almond milk. Yum.
so I had never tried it that way. I'll try it because I have a bunch. I forgot to turn off an auto ship.
You don't like it either? What is wrong with you guys? I'm just kidding. Everyone has their own opinion. Okay, so let's go into batching our posts for the week. So we'll go day by day. Monday. Do you want to kind of walk through this with me? Because I know we had discussed it.
Yeah, for motivation, right?
Yep. So Monday is like Motivation Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I usually try to talk about being awake and alive on a Monday because most people don't.
Yeah, and I like to take people back to when, my kids were late for school. I mean, granted, my kids don't go to school anymore, but maybe that's not a good example. Darn it. See, that's kind of hard because I know life looks a lot different now for people. So maybe saying something like, helping people get up and motivated to get their kids logged on in time, to get themselves logged on in time. Because I know, like, previously before Thrive, I was always running late on Mondays. My kids were running late. My husband was running late. And not feeling rushed feels incredible. So I would point that out as well.
Because so 2 different walks of life, that was my life too. I would sleep as long as possible and then yell at my kids for taking too long to get ready when in fact it was me because I wasn't waking them up with enough time.
Yep. Same, girl. Same.
So now
And
it's like
now-
I'm up and I can say like, hey, are you guys logged on? Do you have your computers up? So I'm making sure that they're up and ready, and that wasn't my life before. So that's a
Right.
good way to do it. So maybe it's you're taking a picture. I'll kind of give you guys ideas as to what you can do for pictures too, because I think some people struggle with that. So what you can do is maybe just take a picture of you with the capsules. I did that one day, and then you talk about it. Or you can take a picture of like your kids logged on.
Yeah,
So
I was just going to suggest that. Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That was
No,
like,
yep. Feel free to interject at any time.
all right.
Kids or picture of self. And that would be your first post that you would want to do right away in the morning, I think. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so there's your product post for Monday.
And I would try to get that posted like maybe a half hour before people typically start school with their kids.
Yes.
If that's what your audience looks like, I should say.
For sure. And so like your other two posts throughout the day can be anything about you. They can be anything. So it can be like, I don't know, a funny mom quote, or I don't know, something inspirational, like a quote that's inspirational, that sort of thing. So Tuesday, business, because we get paid. Do you want to give some good ideas about business? Like what I'm going to personally do is I have to buy a couple things to bring to my mom's house for Thanksgiving. I'm just going to take a picture of my Thrive debit card, like cover up the number, like right in front of the cart with whatever I'm getting, and saying like how that's helping me get stuff for my Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's a good one. Also, guys, don't forget, Jolly Old St. Nick is coming next month. So I've been really, really pushing that out because for me and my family.
And it's Black Friday this week.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Yes. Totally forgot about that. I know in the past we really struggled when it came to the holidays. I'm not saying we don't still struggle, but we just this is like the first year we haven't had to fill out an application to apply for help. But I do know there's a lot of people out there who do. So I'm going to connect with those people through my posts on Tuesday and let them know, like, listen, I was there. There's no shame in that, but there is another way.
I love that. So you could talk about Black Friday too. Like if you're planning on doing Black Friday shopping, you show a picture of like take a screenshot of when it says like your whatever it says, paycheck has been successfully transferred, or whatever that thing says. I can't remember exactly what it says. And then overlay that using an app like PixArt on a picture of you, I don't know, in like a Santa hat or like a picture of gifts or shopping bags or something like that. Like you have stuff laying around the house where you can make it look like, you know what I mean? Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Yep. Eggs.
Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday.
So I
you know what I wrote?
Sure.
Wellness
What
Day.
did you write? Wellness Day. Hey, whatever works.
Right.
So I was talking to Megan before we hopped on this morning about Thursday posts, and I got to thinking, Thursday I kind of want to be focused on, Thanksgiving and not so much products. This is just me personally. So I'm thinking about on Wellness Wednesday posting about treat meal and carbs and fats and all the goodies that I'm going to be eating the next day and how that will help me.
Genius.
It was a light bulb moment. You should have seen
And
it.
just like Star said, if there are special events going on, don't think like you have to talk about the business and the products all day long that one day. Now, don't make it a thing where it's like turning into every day you're not talking about it. because you can show stuff in your stories. But like she said, like, I want to stay focused on my family. Like, we have a rule on Thanksgiving that no phones. Like, my kids can't have their phones. I can't have my phone. I mean, I choose not to because I want to be present in that moment with my family. So I love that idea. Treat meal, talking about that.
Now, if you're like me and you're a picture taker, there's a way that you can go in there and turn off notifications for apps, and it's kind of like a self-control thing.
Totally. That's such a good idea.
I'm going to piggyback off of what you guys do. That's a good idea.
Thursday. So Thursday is Thanksgiving. No, and you go. I love what you were talking about when you and I were discussing this. So I'm going to let you take over on that.
With what?
Like about how it's different for people.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're on Thursday now. Got you. Sorry. Still stuck.
Nope, you're fine.
So I would definitely, Thursday is going to be a really rough day for a lot of people, unless their Thanksgiving doesn't look any different than they did in previous years. So I really think that reminding people of what they do have to be thankful for, no matter like what's going on, would be really good. Asking people, to share, like, what does Thanksgiving look like for you, today compared to past or previous years. Something that just pop in my mind. Are there any traditions that you can still keep alive even with Thanksgiving looking different? So like for me and my tradition, since I was a little girl, every single Thanksgiving morning, we would watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's going to look a lot different. It's going to make me emotional. It's going to look a lot different this year because nobody's allowed to be there, but they're still broadcasting it on TV, which is where me and my family have always watched it. But I'm still going to be thankful that they still put that together. They still kept that together for children and for families. So I think I'm going to make that into a post myself. So if there's any special traditions that you can still keep alive, in any way, shape, or form, sharing about that is a good idea. I
love that. And I think maybe you talk about, like, what are the things that you took for granted before?
Oh, yes.
And how appreciative you are of those things, and how this Thanksgiving has made you realize, like, how important family really is, and because there are so many people that are feeling like that, that are feeling like, man, if I just was a little more present last Thanksgiving, or whatever that looks like, I should have, really spent more time being like soaking in my family, because the world's a lot different.
Yeah, for sure. And I also, I want to, at some point this week, post ideas for those who can't get together with their family. Give people ideas. There's Facebook Messenger video chat. There's Zooms. You know what I mean? There's FaceTime. There's definitely a lot of ways that people can still, if they're on lockdown, they can still view or see their family members. It might not be like to where they can physically touch them, but I still feel like some kind of.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just give people.
And that might be something you can talk about on Wednesday so that they have an idea for Thursday. So like,
that would be good for like mental, like Wellness Wednesday. It ties in with like mental health, because I'm sure people are not feeling great, Sorry, there I go again.
No, like I'm like my grandma. So for example, my grandma's like in her late 80s. She's like smart as a whip and still totally with it though. Like she just finished doing a painting for me, like because she's an artist. Like she's totally with it, but we can't see her this year. And it made me think, like, how many of these holidays do I really have left with her? You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe like and I think one of my uncles is going to visit her, but it made me think like we need to give her a phone call on Thursday and just say, like, love you, happy Thanksgiving, wish you were here with us. But along with the lines of what you were saying, maybe something some people can do if they're a little more tech savvy, because I don't think my grandma would know how to operate Zoom. But like maybe you Zoom in with somebody and have, like, as you're both eating, you're Zooming together. So it's like you're having kind of Thanksgiving together.
Yeah, I mean, when all this stuff had just started, we had Zoom dinners with friends.
Yep.
So, and it really helped. I mean, it sucked that we couldn't hug them. I'm a huge hugger, but you know.
Friday, I wanted to first highlight something that Sarah said for like an interactive post. Ask people what deals they got for Black Friday. And I think last year, let's see if Lavelle did something.
I think
So if
they
you want
did.
to talk about Flex Friday and that whole thing while I'm looking this up.
I'm sorry.
Star.
Megan, I
Oh.
think it was buy two, get the same one product free. If I remember, I looked back in my timeline for my post, and I think it was
Mhm.
buy two, get one of certain products.
Let's go to the emails, zoom back a little bit. Oh, they had a pre-Turkey Day promotion with 25% rebate. And then they had a Black Friday blowout. Yep, buy two, get one. And then, of course, they're like, we extended it till Saturday. I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. They're like, don't quit acting like it's a surprise.
Right? They always do that.
We decided to extend it. Oh, like you always do? Okay. So Friday, Flex Friday. It is also Black Friday. And I don't have to work. Ah! Sorry. My prayers are with you, Sarah, because I don't know how. Because for those who don't know, that Sarah does like all the crowd control stuff for Target. So that should be.
Oh gosh. Prayers. Many, many prayers. You're going to need them.
So are they doing things differently, Sarah? You can type it in.
Sorry, I'm off mute. Yeah, we're actually closed Thanksgiving, so it's the first year in 14 years that I won't
Well,
be
that's-
working.
That's good. I think that was a load of crap. Sorry, pardon me, but I don't think anybody should have to work on Thanksgiving.
You would be
Sorry.
surprised, though, Star, like how many people loved working holidays because it was time and a half.
Oh.
And they would still have time to do stuff with their family. But yeah, things are a little bit different this year. Actually, sales started today. So I'm online and have to send recaps to leadership today, tomorrow, like every day of the craziness that happens. But we'll start monitoring stores across the country starting at 5 a.m. Friday morning. But we don't anticipate crowds because all of the deals are online. So just a tidbit, keep yourself
Thanks
healthy.
for that tidbit.
Yeah, I
Insider tip.
Typically there's like 700 sales. Black Friday, this year there's only 32, like specific to Friday. So all of the sales are online and launched this morning. So if you can afford it, shop away starting now.
Sweet.
And pray for me.
now I've always been an
Oh,
online
I
shopper
always pray
anyway.
for you on Thanksgiving.
I'm huge with Cyber Monday anyway. So I like that they're having it like an extra week, basically. Are you guys still doing Cyber Monday?
We are, and actually, so like some of our top drive-up stores. So for example, there's a store here in Minneapolis in Edina that's our number one like drive-up order online store. And they typically do 30 to 40 orders a day, or sorry, 30 to 40 orders every hour, like prior to COVID, prior to all this craziness. They're expecting, well, like right now they're doing 100 to 150. So they're like 5 times their volume. But Black Friday and Cyber Monday have hired 3 officers from like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. to direct traffic because they're expecting over 4,000 orders Black Friday and then like close to 5,000 on Cyber Monday.
Oh my goodness.
So yes, there's still Cyber Monday stuff.
Well, thank you for the insider information, babe. We appreciate it.
So Flex Friday. Sorry. Flex Friday. So I have this weird thing. If I laugh too hard, I cough. It's like a hereditary thing. But do you suggest tagging or not tagging, Star?
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, don't lie, it's COVID. Second of all, I'm just being silly. I do not suggest tagging other thrivers unless it's a brand spanking new promoter and you're just trying to help them, you know, get more engagement and see that there's other thrivers, or your customers. I only tag my customers, or like I said, the brand spanking new people that have joined like within the last week. Just because I feel that it's just, it looks spammy, and then it kind of gives people like the cult clan vibe. And yes, I have been approached like, oh, that's just a cult, you know, just because they see a group of people all talking about the same thing, you know what I mean? It might be a personal thing, but I really think it looks spammy as HE double hockey stick. So again, just customers, and I recommend brand spanking new promoters to be tagged in those. And then you can just share your link. There's tons of posts with like post your Flex Friday link below where people can go in there. And I recommend, don't just do a drive-by. Don't just drop your picture. Try to do at least one sentence of why you are thankful for Thrive today, or what Thrive has done for you today.
Yeah, and our goal, Heather, at least with, I know for me, it's Thrive is something that's integrated into your life, and I don't like being aggressive. Like I will never tell anyone to cold call or cold message somebody ever. And word up. And if your page looks like a Thrive billboard threw up all over it, like you're doing it wrong. Like it should be just integrated in your life, not something that is like you're constantly throwing it into people's faces. So I agree. So Flex Friday, picture of you. I try to do like a sample post too on Fridays, because then I have the weekend to prepare them and then talk about me and my stories. Sending them out on Monday. Saturday. Small Business Saturday.
So this could go one of two ways. One way that I love to take it, or that I love to go, is I shout out a fellow small businesser. Definitely not health and wellness. Sorry,
Right.
but no. So I have tons of friends who do customize, like they work with vinyls, they have pry cuts and all that kind of stuff. I'll share one of them. I freaking love Scentsy. I'll share that. I love oils. I'll share somebody who's in with oils. I know that kind of ties in with health and wellness, but not so much. Or like a local shop, my local cafe. Like yesterday, we went to our town square. They had an open house for the Espresso Yourself Cafe and for the carpetbaggers next door. So I posted about them in a story, and quite a few people was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for letting me know." And they went down there. You know, I use Saturday to shout out another small business.
Which that is so genius right now, because think of all the small businesses right now that are hurting because there's another round of lockdown going on.
Yep.
So maybe it's on Saturday. You're just talking about supporting your local small business during this time, because like what we ordered from, my town is 800 people, you guys. It is tiny. We literally only have a gas pump and a bar. And we're getting
kind of like ours.
Which I'm so excited about. What?
Almost like ours. We have like 3 pumps, but
but like yesterday we ordered from the bar food, and I like went in there and I was talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, now we're only able to be open till 8 because they can't have anybody inside the bar. It's only takeout and off sale and da 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 da. So anything we can do, I'm like, we're going to be ordering from you guys a lot, because I want to make sure you guys stay open, because we love the atmosphere. We love the food there. It's like the only thing we have in town. So we want to make sure they stay open. But I think maybe it's just like, you know, if you're ordering takeout from somewhere that's a small business, like talking about how you order takeout, because supporting small businesses right now is more important than ever. Because that's those people's livelihoods. And just like, I think that is such a genius idea to highlight other businesses.
sharing's caring.
Sharing is caring. Yeah, so I did that the other day too, Sarah. I was like, drop your link. Like I personally think it is important for us to support one another. If I can buy gifts from somebody else, if I can get my products, like my other products that Thrive doesn't offer from somebody else, like I want to try to do that because I know how important it is to me when people do that for me. And it doesn't look like you're just in this selfishly.
Right. Right. Exactly. And the
And I
majority of
found
us
some
aren't
cute
in it
ass stuff when I
selfishly.
did that. Like, I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna spend so much money.
Oh Lord.
So that's an idea for Small Business Saturday. If you want to like highlight your own business, a way that you could do that, like yesterday, I just showed a picture of my laptop, me sitting on my bed and talking about how you can literally work this business anytime, anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sunday, I always try to do like what's called a heartstring post at 8:30, 9:30 my time, because that is when a lot of people are winding down and it's one of the best times for engagement according to Facebook analytics. So it's basically talking about like a struggle that I had and how either this product or this business really made an impact on my life. And if you want to do a live, even better. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I really think that during this season, we call it planting season. I really think that you guys should be starting to think about getting with your sidelines or with your own team, like whatever that is, and start thinking about doing product lives or interviews or opportunity lives. So I'm actually going to do a product one tonight. And I really think that Sunday nights is when people are mostly just sitting there scrolling on Facebook. They're dreading the next day. So that's why I decided to do a product live. And then
So
maybe
can
on
you
Tuesday.
elaborate what a product live would look like?
Oh yeah. So the last time I did one was back in August. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking horrible. But I got on 3 other ladies and I asked them, to share what life was like before Thrive, how they learned about Thrive, just like an interview. Um, how they learned about Thrive, what their day 1, 3, and 10 was like, and then how life is for them now compared to before. And then I always throw in like, what's one thing you would say to a skeptic? There's a
Ooh,
lot of them.
love that. I'm gonna start recording.